I need first to find the equation of a line through 2 points? What do I need? How would I do this one? Think back to our before Algebra 1 days. What do I need? Need the slope. Yep, we got to have the slope. Okay? So, if I need to find the slope, how am I going to find said slope? Subtract the y's over, subtract the x's. Or I could graph them and I could do rise over run, or I could do one of those things. Yep. So my slope is going to be 5 minus 7 all over 3 minus negative 2. So that's going to be negative 2 over 5. Love it. Good job, Faith. Okay. Now that I've got the slope and I've got 2 points, what do I use next? Or what should I use next to find the equation of my line? Point slope form. Okay. Point slope form again, which should be on your note sheet. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Which point do we want to use? Follow-up question, does it matter which point we use? Right? No, doesn't matter. So can you pick one for me? 3, 5. So that means that x sub 1 would be my 3 and y sub 1 would be 5. So then I get y minus 5 equals negative 2/5 times the quantity x minus 3. And then I want to make it look nice and pretty. So y minus 5 equals negative 2/5 x plus 6/5 by distributing in that negative 2/5. Then still want to make it look pretty. So I'm going to add 5 to the left side, which means I have to add what to the right side? Bailey, what do I got to add 5 to the right side? Or what if I'm adding 5 to the left side, what do I got to add to the right side? 5. Am I going to write it as 5 though? What would I write it as? I want to write 5 as a fraction with a denominator of 5. So what would my numerator be? Nope, that would be 1/5. I need to add here a fraction with a denominator of 5 that's equal to 5. So 5 times 5 is, so the numerator would be 25. So that gives me an equation of the line of y equals negative 2/5 x plus 31/5. As the equation of my line. Awesome sauce. Okay. Any questions on that? Chose that one today because when we make asymptotes, we have to make equations of lines. Okay? So, from Monday's notes, what are the 7 steps? What are the 7 steps? First off, we start with what? Jacob P. No, that's step number 1. We have a step 0 in this case. Yeah, there's a step 0. Bear, do you remember what step 0 was?
I know where it is, but I can find it.
Okay, that's good. And then we should write all these, make sure these are written down on our note sheet too, right? That's where it is. Is it on your note sheet already? There you go. That's a good place for it. Hi. Can we come back to you?
Yeah.
Antonio, do you remember what step 0 was?
No, I
No?
got everything except step 0.
Roberto?
On my note.
There you go. Luke?
Find
Find
which way it opens.
which way it opens. We got to figure out which way it opens. Jacob, I'm going to come back to you then. How do I know which way it opens?
It's x squared minus the y squared that's left and right. And then if it's the other way, it's up and down.
Love it. Okay. There. Step number 1 then. Center point. Yep. And that's going to be the point H comma K, right? Love it. Okay. Step number 2.
So it's like under x squared, and then arrow a squared, and then square root it.
Okay.
Something like that, just something like that.
What are we doing? What are we going to start to do with step number 2 in a hyperbola?
To get the points from the left and to the right.
Not points though.
So the distance and the
What are we trying to do here? What do we got to build? See, look. We got to build a box here. Yep. Okay. So we're going to start to build our box. And so the first thing you're saying is we look underneath the x squared. And that's going to be our a squared value. And we do what with that? Square root that. And then that's going to tell us how far left and right. Yep. For the left and right sides of our box. Yep. Love it. Okay. Roberto, do you think you can come up with step number 3?
Maybe it's draw the lines in. I don't know.
Not yet. So if we looked under x squared, right? That set our distances left and right.
Yeah.
So now where are we going to look?
Oh, you have to find the up and down.
Up and down. So we're going to
Under the y squared.
look under y squared. Yep. What are we going to do with it?
Square root it.
Yep. And that's going to give me the distance up and down.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. Now we can draw our box, right, Luke? Okay. All right. So it's kind of like step 3.5. Okay. Then after we get done with that, what should we do? And how are we going to find the asymptotes?
Slope and the y-intercept for the box, I guess.
But what part of the box are the asymptotes? Corner. So we call it that diagonals, right? Okay. So it's the diagonals of the box. And we said that they each have a slope of what? Do you remember what the slopes of them were? No. They have a specific slope based off of something that we might have found already. Russell, do you remember what the slope of the asymptotes were? I gave you the plus and minus. You got to give me the fraction. Nope. Well, it's step number 4, yes. But what's the slope of the asymptotes?
It's
B over A. Plus and minus B over A. Is that what you were going to say, Bear?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay. And then we have to find y-intercepts, Luke, like you were saying, for each one, and then write the equations up. Yep, but the slopes are for sure plus or minus B over A. Love it. You already answered, Brett, so we're going to skip you and go right to Kylie. Okay? What's step number 5? Find the foci? That's like step 7. Okay, we could make that be step number 5. Where am I going to find the vertices? What part of the side would it be? Of the side of the box, I should say. Anywhere along that top, or a specific spot along the top? Don't know. Where are the vertices? They're on the side of the box, but where? We're in the middle. What do we call the middle of something? What do we call that middle point? Midpoint, yep. So they're midpoints. So they're the midpoints of the sides of the box that correspond with the opening. Yes. Okay. So as Kylie was telling us before, they correspond with the opening. Okay. Kurt, step 6. Let's draw that bad boy in. Heck yeah. Oops. I don't know why I circled that one.
Did you want to see the homework?
Yeah, I'll come around later. Okay. Jacob, last step. Step number 7. Foci. Okay. Do we have a specific equation that we need to use in order to find the foci? Okay. And C is the distance to the foci, right? Okay. And where are the foci located? Like inside or outside or... Give you another chance. Inside. They're inside the two curves, right? Okay. All right. So they're inside the two curves. All right. Love it. Those are really there's 8 steps, but we'll call it 7 because that very first one is kind of just, okay, this is what it is. That's going to tell me the framework of where it needs to go. All right. Oops. Why didn't you click on me? There we go. So let's do this one. Okay. So y minus 3 quantity squared over 4 minus x squared over 49 equals 1. Okay. Give you a chance to write it down, MDX, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Put you on the spot if you just come sauntering in from your other class. Ready? Which way does it open? Why does it open up and down? Because it's y first and then x says y squared minus x squared. Love it. So it opens up and down. Where's my center?
0,
0, 3. Love it.
How do you determine the center? That's the only thing like I didn't have written down.
Okay, so it's x. It's h. The center is h, k. Okay, so h is what's being subtracted from our x, and k is what's being subtracted from our y. Okay, so really this is x minus 0 quantity squared. So that's where the 0 comes from, and it's y minus 3, so that's where the 3 comes from, because we think oppositely inside parentheses. Yep. Okay. 8. Use it. It would be 7. B. 2. Love it. Okay. So that's going to give me the framework for my box, because I can go 0, 3. Oh, wait, tap the brakes. We've got to fix this. This is just, it was annoying me in the last class, and it's annoying me right now. For some reason, whenever I copied them over, they didn't go right on top of the other ones. All right, so now that we're good, now that my OCD is done kicking in, that's a center right there. Agree with that. Up 3 from the origin, 0, 3. Left and right sides are 7 away. 2 and 4 and 6 and 7. 2 and 4 and 6 and 7 away. Top and bottom are 2 up, and 2 down, which puts me there and there and there. And then, so that's allowing me to draw in my box. And here, and here, and here, and there is that wonderful box that we need. Yes? Love it. That allows me to draw in some vertices. Excuse me, not vertices. Asymptotes. Get it right. And then I should make sure that I extend those out as far as I can go. And I should extend those out as far as I can go. Love it, love it, love it. Faith, question for you. Where's my vertices? Because it's an up-down one, so it's there and it's there, right? 0, 1 and 0, 5. Love it. Okay. Save the best for you, Janelle. Okay. So, what are the slopes of my 2 asymptotal lines? 2 over 7. So plus and minus 2 over 7. Right? More importantly, what are the y-intercepts of those 2 lines? 3. Both of them or just one of them? Both of them have a y-intercept of 3 because the center was on the y-axis. Both intercepts or both asymptotes go through the center, so they both have a y-intercept of positive 3. That means then that we have y equals 2/7 x plus 3 as 1, and y equals negative 2/7 x plus 3 as the other. Agree? Love it. Chimeng, talk to me a little bit about C. Love it. Okay, what's A squared? What's B squared? 49 plus 4. So C squared is 53, which means that C then is going to be the square root of 53, right? Can I simplify the square root of 53 at all? Nope, so that's going to be the square root of 53. 3. Love it. Now, because it's up and down, Bailey, we're coming back to you. Because we said it was an up-down hyperbola, that means I'm going to add and subtract it, that C value, to what? What am I going to add and subtract that to? Not the vertices. The center, so the X part of the center or the Y part of the center? Remember, it's up and down. The Y part, yep. So my foci are going to be at the point 0, comma, 3, plus and minus the square root of 53. Which is a little bit more than 7. And just off the top. Okay. The only thing that we have to do yet, Sam, is we got to draw it in, right? Because we don't have it drawn in yet. Oops, that's black. I don't want that to be black, but I want that to be just a little thicker. So it goes there. And it goes there. And it goes there. And it goes there. Is that what yours looks like? Great minds think alike. Questions on that? Awesome sauce. Try that one once. Grab that one. Jacob, I think we're back to you. Open it. Left, right, because it's an x squared minus y squared. There, center. 0, 0. That's nice because that's also its own y-intercepts for our asymptotes because it goes through the origin. Love it. A, 7. Yep. Okay. B, up to you, Henry.
2 square root 6.
2 square roots of 6. I love it in that simplified radical form because that's going to come back later on to help us out. Whoops, I should have, while we were doing this, I should have undone this and then ungrouped this and then made this. See, this one got even far. Whoa, let's go up here. Hey, that works too. Just move 1 instead of moving 2. Look at me being a thinker. Okay? So, we got a center here at the origin. We've got left and right 7. 2, 4, 6, and 7. We've got 2, 4, 6, and 7. Right? I think so. 2, 6, and 7. Yep. Up and down the square root of 24. Okay? We were talking about this, Sam. So that's almost 5, right? So that's 2, 4, and almost 5, and 2, 4, and almost 5. Almost 5. There we go. That's going to allow us to draw in some asymptotes. Vertices, Roberto.
7, 0, and -7, 0.
Love it. There and right there, because it was a left-right one. Love it. want to do next? Draw it in. Okay. Russell, what do you want to do next? Find C, so find the foci. Okay. So C squared is going to equal A squared plus B squared, right? What's A squared? B squared? 49 plus 24. So C is the square root of 73. Can that square root be simplified? No. Okay, so that's the square root of 73. So then where, Brett, are the foci? Well, which way does it open? Okay, so that means that the foci are going to be left and right of the center.
So it'd be the square root of sine 0.
And?
Square root of negative sine 0.
No, because that's imaginary.
Not sure.
Switch negative and square root. You know what I mean?
Square root of negative.
No, that's what you said last time. You said square root of negative 73. So you gave me this one, right?
Negative square root of 73.
Comma 0. Yep. Yep. Or plus and minus the square root of 73, comma 0. Yep. Okay. Kylie, we only got one thing left to do. You don't get a choice, sorry. What's the slope of my asymptotes? Well, what's the slope of them?
Is it 7 over 2 squared is 6?
No. Because isn't the slope b over a? Yep.
2 squared is 6 over 7.
What are the y-intercepts for both?
0.
Okay, so that means then that my first equation is going to be positive 2 square roots of 6 over 7x plus 0, right? And, oops, I missed. Y equals negative 2 square roots of 6 over 7 times x. Yes? Yeah, bird. Love it. Good? All right, one more. Promised you 3 graphs. I'm going to give you 3 graphs. Go for it. Right here. I left it out on purpose. Sakura, where to you? Which way is it open? Up and down, yep, because it's y squared first, so it opens up and down. Love it.
Negative 5,
-5 comma -2 is my center, yep. Two, 4, 5, -2 puts me right there. Got it. Okay. A value, Mad Dog. 4. Bless you. 2, 4. 2, 4. B value. Wait. No. 2. Yep. Gotta take the square root. So up, down 2. Love it. This one. even more. Kurt, you pick.
Inverse negative 5 times 0 and negative 5 times negative 4.
-4, you said? Love it. Jacob, your pick.
You can draw it.
Okay. MDX, your pick. C, okay. So C squared, so that's 16 plus, so that's 20. So C is the square root of 20, right? What is the square root of 20? Love it. Am I going to add or subtract that to x or y of the center? Well, you're giving me both, because it's up down. So what's the up down portion of a point? Y. So I'm going to add and subtract it to the y. So the foci here is at -5, comma, -2 plus minus 2 square roots of 5. Okay, which is a little 4.5-ish. So that's there and there. Okay. Sorry, Sam. We only got one thing left. What is it? Okay, so let's break this up into different portions. Okay. First portion. What are the slopes of the two asymptotal lines? Can 2 over 4 be reduced? 1/2. So plus or minus 1/2. Love it. Do I know the y-intercepts? No. But I know the center point, right? Okay. All right. So Savannah, so that's going to be then y plus 2 equals plus or minus 1/2 times x plus 5. Right? Which one do you want to deal with first, positive or negative? Positive. Okay, so then that's going to be y plus 2 equals 1/2 x plus 5 halves. Agree? Okay, and then the negative one would be y plus 2 equals negative 1/2 x minus 5 halves. Right? Okay? Love it. Big question of the day, Faith. I want to get y by itself, right? So what am I going to do? Subtract 2 on this side and on this side, right? But on the other side, what am I going to subtract? What would the numerator be? Because that makes a fraction of 2, right? Okay, so I'm really going to subtract 4 over 2 on that side, right? Okay, so that gives me y equals positive 1/2 x. And then what, Janelle? Plus what? I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you because you were talking like this. This one. 5 minus 4 is 1/2, right? Because it's 5 halves minus 4 halves is still positive 1/2. Okay? Chimang, what's the other one going to be? But it's going to be negative 1/2 x, right? Is it going to be positive or negative 9/2? Negative 9/2. So minus 9/2. Okay? Good times. So, what I want you to do tonight is I want you to go through your front side of your hyperbola sheet and make sure, especially make sure you did those asymptotes right. Okay? Really take a good long hard look at those asymptotes. Make sure you did them right.